Hello, fellow diamond painting addicts, and welcome back to Diamond Painting Anonymous. Today, I am going to be working on my fan cells, no, not fan cells, URBestDeals leaves kit. Welcome if you're new here. This is going to be a WIP and chat. WIP stands for work in progress. This is my work in progress that I'm going to be working on while I chat. And you can listen along, work alongside on whatever you're working on currently, or you can treat it like a podcast, whatever you want to do, it's all good. I am going to, let me zoom you back out a little bit here, so I'm not quite so right in your face. I, once again, have no plan other than to sit here and talk for a while, so we'll see how this goes. As I said, this is my leaves kit. You can see a little bit of the thumbnail here from URBestDeals. And I'm just going to jump in and start diamond painting because I need to. Excuse me while I kick everything under my desk here and get situated, make sure you can see what I'm doing. I have my cup of tea. I slept in this morning. I've had a very nutritious breakfast of some bread and some chocolate chip cookies. So I'm good to go. I'm feeling a little disappointed. My husband is still down in Louisiana working on hurricane repairs. And we thought he was going to get to come home. And instead, they have checked them all out of the hotels that they were staying in, and they are now in man camps. If you don't know what a man camp is, count yourself lucky. They basically set up giant trailers that are big, like sleeping bunks, like what you would see almost on like a ship on both sides. Out in the middle of nowhere, they have like mess halls for their food. So imagine, if you will, a situation like that. 2 bathrooms for 12 men who go out and play in the rain and get filthy dirty while they're working. He's currently dodging some alligators while he's working, so that's fun. 400 plus men in a camp, and that's probably an underestimation of the numbers. And you will have some idea of how disgusting it quickly becomes. Because that's just how it goes. And he was all ready to come home, already ready to come home. He's been out there for 2 weeks now. So yeah, he's more than ready to come home. I'm more than ready for him to come home. He's going to get to come home sooner rather than later. He's got appointments he can't miss, but it's a long time to be apart without knowing when you're going to see each other the next time. And because they're now at a man camp and kind of out in the middle of nowhere, cell service is not always great. They don't have Wi-Fi like they would have at a hotel. So yeah, none of the guys are thrilled about it either. I don't understand why they couldn't have just stayed in their hotel, but I'm sure it's a money issue. So, and nothing to be done about it, and I guess it's a slight step up from having to sleep in his truck, which is what they all had to do the first night that they were out there. So I guess at least in this instance, he gets an actual bed, even if it's not much better than a hospital bed. You know how hospital beds crinkle? They're just uncomfortable and not very thick mattresses, and they crinkle every time you move. It's kind of like that. So just not a whole lot of fun. So So I thought they were going to be coming home, and I've been dealing with that because he's not going to be coming home when I thought. So there's that. And I mean, I knew going into it that this was part of the gig, but some days it just sucks. Look at that. Did I pour out in exactly enough drills that I could finish off this section with number 4? I did. How fortuitous. That never happens to me. So, dealing with that, and let's see. Let me do the A's so I can try and use up this container that isn't marked before I forget what these are. So there's just been a lot of drama recently. Oh, before I forget, I had a couple of subscribers send me some very nice thank you mail, happy mail, and I really appreciate it. In response to me sending random acts of kindness, and I appreciate it very much. One of them sent me a very cute dolphin magnet, which I really appreciate. So Suzanne, thank you. And thank you to Mary for the cards. I really appreciate it. But it's not necessary. If I send you a random act of kindness, it truly is my random act of kindness, and I don't expect anything in return. But I am very appreciative. I do appreciate it. Especially the little dolphin magnet. Dolphins are one of my favorite animals. So thank you to them for sending it. I did just send out another batch of random acts of kindness. I had to go mail the subscriber prizes for my last giveaway, so I sent out some random acts of kindness as well at the same time. So, and then I've given away so many of them that I needed to order more bubble mailers to put them in. And I ordered the wrong size because, of course, I did. I wanted the 9.5 by 12, and I ordered the 8.5 by 11 because I wasn't paying attention. Co-figure, me not paying attention. Who knew, right? But I was going to return them, but then it ended up being more of a hassle to return it. Sometimes Amazon will just tell me to keep things when I buy it and then say I want to return it. Other times they want me to actually return it. So, you know, my giant box of 40 hangers that I ordered and then decided they were not the ones that I wanted, they told me I could just keep, which, you know, what am I going to do with 40 hangers? I wanted them for something specific and they didn't work for that purpose. So I ended up just giving them away. But Amazon said just keep them. These bubble mailers, I got to drive 40 minutes to the big town that's near us to find a UPS store to return them. So I just decided I'll make them work. So but I've been having fun mailing out the random acts of kindness. If you guys have seen my release stickers that I make, the cute little stickers that I make to put on my release papers, which I haven't done for this particular kit, but I usually do. I have some laying right here. These kinds of stickers are what's currently on my Diana, cute little woodland animals. So I make a bunch of those with my cutting machine, and then I mail them out because I think they're cute. Maybe you guys will think they're cute too. I make some diamond stickers and just some other kind of cute sticker things with free art that I find here, there, and everywhere. Pixabay is one of my favorite sites to go to find free artwork. So I go there and get some cute artwork that I can use to make little stickers. So, and then I put all together little packages and mail them out. I put in extra things as I have time, or supplies. If I have extra wax or extra pins or sometimes a kit or the tray, whatever I happen to have laying around. Sometimes those will find their way in there as well. It's always a balancing act. And if you're in the US, you probably get, well, not probably, you get more in your random act of kindness than you do if you're elsewhere. And I apologize for that, but shipping is insane. And for a package that cost me less than $5 to mail to someone in the US, it cost me $30 plus to mail to someone international. So I do send things, but they're mostly stickers if you live internationally. So just because it is crazy shipping, as I'm sure you're all aware if you've ever tried to buy a diamond painting from somewhere else. So I do like to put them in the bubble mailers so I can make sure they get there in decent shape. I don't like to put them in just a plastic bag and hope. Did I get all the A's? Let me look there. I think I did. And the question is, can I put them all back in this container so that my one that isn't marked, I think I can get them all in here. Yep. Okay, so that one is marked, so I can. So now the one that isn't marked can get put where it goes. Now I've got to rearrange everything in here because I'm OCD and I need to. All right, let's see. I need, what is O? That's number 10. Okay. I actually like these little containers. They're a lot like the square ones that I got. They're a little bit more fiddly. They're smaller, so they don't hold quite as much. But for a small painting like this, and there's a stowaway. For a small painting like this, it's nice. They're just the right size. So my week went well. The children at preschool were little monsters as usual. But we're slowly getting into the swing of things, so that's good. We are making some more changes this year. I think I've mentioned before, I do all the lesson planning for all of the teachers at the preschool, which is a new thing because it used to be that all of the teachers kind of did their own lesson planning, which just ended up being really stressful for everyone involved. And so that was part of the reason for putting together the position that I have. But we're also making changes in addition to that. So it's kind of taking all of us a little bit of getting used to, me included. So we had to have a staff meeting to discuss some of that this week. So, and we do some basic testing with the kids when they start, just so we can kind of see what they know and what they don't. So, you know, like any teacher, we know what kind of things we need to cover in general, and then drill down into some specifics for kids that are either ahead or behind, so we know where to concentrate our efforts. So getting all of that set up will be fun. But the kids are enjoyable, so that's always nice. Let's see, what do I need now? C. Let's see, that's number 12. So we've been working on that, and I'm still dealing with all of my health issues and my knee. Had to go in for lab work this week and let them stick me. That's always fun. I have notoriously bad veins, so it's always kind of a crapshoot for me whether I get someone who can actually hit a vein and get blood out of my arm. Luckily for me, both times that I had to go in, I got people who were amazing. The lady that took my blood this last time, I told her she could do it any time. I barely felt it. She got it on the first try. I've had situations before where I walk out of there and I look like I was somebody's pin cushion, and then 3 days later I'm covered in bruises. So if you're a healthcare worker and you draw people's blood and you don't act like they're a pin cushion, thank you. Also, I don't like needles, so that makes it even worse because I can't watch, and it makes me nauseous. It's not so much that they're doing it that makes me nauseous, but if you make me watch it. And it's only watching you take my blood. Like, I can watch other people get their blood drawn just fine, but I can't watch it when they do it to me. Don't know why, but it makes me nauseous. So anyway, so I had to go do that. Whoops. Didn't mean to move. Can you still see what I'm doing? Yes. Okay. I try to set my camera up so that it's zoomed in enough you guys can see that I'm doing, but zoomed out enough that it's not like auto-focusing every time I move my pen, because I know that gets annoying. Having that autofocus go in and out every time the pen gets close to the camera is hard on your eyes. So, and then there was some YouTube drama for me this week. I logged in to find out that I had a warning on my YouTube channel. And it was not about anything copyright. It was about their community guidelines. I don't know how aware you guys are of YouTube's rules and regulations. Probably not very, unless you actually put up content on YouTube, because otherwise, why would you know? Basically, YouTube has a 3 strikes you're out kind of system. They do give you one warning, and you kind of get, there's 2 separate. One is a copyright strike system, and one is a community guideline strike system. So you get a warning, and they're supposed to send you emails. So I'm looking at this warning on my, which I didn't find out because I was trying to upload something to YouTube is how I found out. And I could still do everything. It wasn't that, but I got this little pop-up thing that says I have this warning. And I'm like, what do you mean I have a warning for what? Well, then it says it'll send you an email, and I had no emails. So go and look. Of course, they're in spam, because of course they are. Why would Google send my warnings from YouTube to my inbox? That would be crazy. So I go in and look, and it is links to a website that I did an unboxing for. And basically their explanation was that the website was considered to be in violation of their guidelines for harmful and malicious content. And so, of course, I'm going, what does that mean? Because I've visited that website and I've experienced none of that. And the links were links that I personally had made, so it wasn't anything that the website had provided to me. And in going out and visiting the websites, I found nothing that, indicated to me that there was an issue. So I contacted the company involved to find out what was going on. And basically, YouTube's algorithm, not a real person, this algorithm decided for whatever reason that this website was a danger to people. Now, I don't know why exactly. Their website looks like a million other diamond painting websites, so I don't know why exactly this particular company was singled out. And it wasn't just me. This issue hit a whole bunch of YouTubers who had done unboxings that involved this company. So I debated on what to do. Do I appeal it? Because I really felt that it was an error. In contacting the company, they had assured me that they were working with YouTube to try and get the issue addressed because, of course, it was causing them concern because it was affecting their income. because suddenly all of these links did not work. YouTube was not allowing anyone to link to their website, and just, like I said, causing a lot of concerns all the way around. So the company was working on it. So I thought, okay, I'm just going to kind of leave things sit for a day or so. I have 30 days to appeal this. And again, it wasn't going to affect anything. The way YouTube's system works, I have since discovered, you get your warning, and you get a warning on the community guidelines and a warning on the copyright guidelines, if I understand everything correctly. So my warning was still there, but I could still upload. If you get a strike, then you are not allowed to upload or post or comment or basically do anything on YouTube for a week. And then after a week, that is lifted. And if you don't have any more issues in the next 90 days, then that strike rolls off. The only real problem comes with, well, first, when you get a strike, that means you can't upload any content, which is huge for people who upload on a regular basis. Not the end of the world, but a big deal. And then, of course, if you get 3 strikes within 90 days, then they basically delete your channel. So it's possible to get, because they know that, not sometimes people are just jerks, and somebody will claim copyright content to try and get another channel shut down and stuff like that. So, but the warning is kind of a freebie. And so in my mind, I wanted my little freebie slot back because I hadn't done anything wrong. And so I just decided that I would wait. Because in doing a little bit of research, what I found was I could have just deleted the video. But one, I didn't want to do that because I didn't feel like I had done anything wrong. And two, if you delete it, then you can't dispute it. Because once it's deleted, then basically the way that you appeal is they link, the email that they send you includes a link to the content, so that when the algorithm, denies something, you then appeal it and it sends all the pertinent information to an actual person at YouTube who will then review it. So, the company that I was dealing with was like, well, put these links in there. And I'm like, well, I don't want to change the links or do anything in case that, somehow hurts my chances of appealing it. Because if I change the links, then again, that makes it seem as if I did something wrong, and I don't think I did. So, of course, the company's just desperate to get stuff back up there so that people will visit their website. So I just thought, okay, I'm just going to leave it, let it cogitate for a couple of days. I had 30 days to appeal. So it wasn't like, I was going to lose my shot if I didn't appeal in the next 5 minutes or whatever. I know that some other YouTubers deleted their content, which I wish they hadn't, because like I said, once you delete it, you lose the ability to dispute it. You can't appeal it. You can't do anything. I think at that point, YouTube just kind of assumes you deleted it. So that's kind of a tacit admission that you think you did something wrong. So I let mine sit there, and then did some more research, sent some more emails back and forth with the company, and just kind of said, I'm going to write it out for a couple of days and see, what happens, because the company was working with YouTube to try and get it all straightened out. Because like I said, it wasn't just me. There were tons of YouTubers who have put up videos for this company. And so I waited, and I came in the next day to upload something else. And I happened to notice when I logged in to upload that my warning was gone. So I go back to the video in question because my links had been deleted. My video was never deleted, but the links that they said were considered malicious or harmful had been hidden so that I was the only person that could see them. Nobody else could see them. And I had verified that by having somebody go out and check that for me. So it appeared that the warning had been removed and everything was back the way it should be. My initial links were in there. Everything appeared to be the way it had been. So I had somebody else go out and verify, yep, my links were there again. Yes, they were working. Yes, everything was fine. And my warning had been removed. So I was back to square one and I had to do nothing. So, you know, it appears to me that whoever the company was talking with at YouTube recognized that the algorithm had done something in error, and an actual person went in and did something to reinstate all of these things for everyone who had been affected. So I'm super glad that I didn't do anything. I could have appealed. If I had appealed, it wouldn't have hurt anything. If your appeal is denied, you don't get it's not like additional penalties apply if your appeal is denied. But I didn't even have to go through the process. So, I mean, like I said, I thought the whole thing was kind of stupid anyway because I hadn't done anything wrong. And I feel kind of bad for this company because they didn't really do anything wrong either. For whatever reason, you know, YouTube decided that this website was bad. And again, you know, I don't know exactly what happened. The company didn't really volunteer a whole lot of details, just that for whatever reason, YouTube's algorithm had decided that the website of their company was somehow malicious and harmful, and it doesn't tell you in what way. So I don't know what happened. It doesn't matter. It's all fixed. But I feel bad for the YouTubers who deleted the content because there's nothing for YouTube to go back and fix. And I'm hoping YouTube would still know who had been affected to delete the warnings. But what I was afraid of happening was if I deleted the content, one, that was kind of a tacit admission that I had done something wrong, and two, I would lose the ability to appeal. And like I said, I really wanted that freebie warning back because it's a freebie. Like, if anything happens in the future, I want a freebie. I don't want to immediately have a copyright strike and then or community guideline strike and then have to deal with not being able to upload for a week or whatever. So I'm hoping other YouTubers who were affected were able to get their warnings removed as well, even if they had deleted the content. But yeah, for a couple of days there was a little bit of drama of, oh my goodness, what do I do? Because, you know, once again, I don't feel like I had done anything wrong. I mean, it's unboxing and putting links into products is pretty much over half of my channel content. So, plus, you know, I try to abide by the rules. I try to be very careful about what I show and make sure that I'm not going to get any copyright strikes. I try very hard, even though I'm a dingbat sometimes, to keep my channel as PG as I can make it. Some of that is just kind of ingrained because I'm a preschool teacher. I don't really cuss a lot. I mean, I can, don't get me wrong. I got a filthy mouth when I want to, but you know, for something like this, I just don't talk like that generally anymore. I've been a teacher since, over 15 years now. Oh my Lord. I don't think I've ever thought about that before. I've been teaching for over 15 years. Now I feel really old. Yikes. But anyway, you know, you just get into a habit because it's kind of frowned upon that if you scream obscenities at children that you're teaching. Unless you're a football coach, they get away with it. But other than that, it's pretty frowned upon. So, especially at preschool children. So, I mean, preschool children can be just as aggravating some days as high schoolers, but they're just so darn cute. We have so many kids this year that are just cute little buttons. Ornery as the day is long, but stinking cute. So we've got a couple this year, as always, that can't sit still. One little girl in particular is really struggling to sit still for more than 5 minutes at a time. Wednesday in school, she was doing somersaults and accidentally kicked one of the other children in the head. She was very apologetic, but 5 seconds later, she was off trying to do it again. So, yeah, I spend a lot of my time redirecting several of the children. Because, you know, they haven't been to preschool before. They have to learn that we don't run around and scream and yell and chase each other inside the classroom. And our classroom is actually pretty small. We have the smaller children, so it's just one room basically with the bathroom attached for the kids, but it is by no means large. So, and we typically have the door closed because there can be a lot of noise in the hallway. So it doesn't take much to get loud in there with all the adults and children. So, but we're slowly getting into the groove, which is good. So we can hit the ground running with things that we are learning this year. We've already started learning our first colors and our first shapes, and a lot of this is review for the kids. Most of them know their colors. Not all of them know their shapes, but almost all of them know their colors before they come to preschool. So, but they get to do fun art projects that they get to take home. And we've already had quite a few birthdays, surprisingly. Can't believe how many kids are born this early in the year. I guess it's late in the actual year, but early in the school year, which is probably confusing to them because they don't understand the difference. And we have one little girl in our preschool who is bilingual. One of her parents speaks French, so she also speaks French. So it's kind of funny because some days when you're talking to her and we're talking about colors and shapes and whatnot, or what an animal is, and she'll give you the answer in French. And then you have to stop and say, nope, I need that in English, please. So I pick her brain sometimes. I need to, well, I don't need to, but I want to learn French before we move up to Canada. Just for my own peace of mind, so that I know how to converse in both languages. And, that's interesting. It shows as a kind of this green color, the number 2 does, but it's a very dark color. So I like doing these little canvases. They go so quickly. I feel like I'm making some progress. I finished the other round that I was working on. That was kind of a big one. My one from Craft Ease. So I, and you'll see the D-kit of it here shortly, but these rounds just go so much faster for me, so it's a nice change. I have also pulled Diana back out. So if you haven't seen my, come on, close. This one is being obnoxious. The lid doesn't want to close on that one side. Close that side first and then see if I can close the other one. There we go. Working on my Diana, which is my Josephine wall, so I'll stick a link up there in the corner so you can check her out. She's kind of been literally hanging around on my wall for a while I worked on various other projects. And I'm to the point where I really want to get her finished because I'm tired of her hanging around looking at me, making me feel guilty because I haven't worked on her. And with my husband gone, it was the perfect opportunity to kind of take over my dining room table again. So I have done that. She is currently occupying my dining room table so that I can get her finished. I was hoping to get her finished this weekend, but I don't think that's going to happen, unfortunately. I'm going to give it the good old college try and see if I can get it finished, but I slept in today much later than I intended to, so I don't have as much time to work. I could stay up late, but then my sleeping schedule is off, and when I have to get up and go to work, if it was the summer, I would just be like, yeah, I'm just gonna stay up and I'll finish it. If I don't go to bed for 12 hours, it's all good. But when I have to get up and go to work and deal with small children, that's not something I want to do to myself. So lack of sleep when dealing with small humans is not a good thing for me. So let's see, I need C. So I don't think that I will get her finished. Oh, and I missed a number 2. Darn it. I don't think that I will get her finished this weekend, but hopefully I will get her finished sometime this week, and hopefully before my husband comes home. And then I need to figure out how I am going to finish her off. I know I want to frame her, so I need to get measurements and send off for my frame, because I definitely want to share that with you guys. She is just so amazing looking. I can't get over how gorgeous she is turning out. Definitely going to be buying some other things from Diamond Painting Deutschland. And now that I'm thinking about it, they probably don't have Black Friday sales because they don't celebrate Thanksgiving, but I wonder if they ever do have any sales, because I would love to buy not only some more Josephine Wall from them, but also maybe a couple from other artists. Their quality is amazing. So I'd like to try out some other things, but I would like to try out some more Josephine Wall ones. I've got one more Josephine Wall in my stash that I bought from them at the same time I bought Diana, but she's quite large, and so I thought maybe I would buy some from them that were a little bit smaller instead of the hugest size they have in that particular painting. So Diana is turning out so awesome, though. I love that painting. So, and I have plenty of big kits to work on. I have been trying really hard not to buy more diamond paintings because I already own a ridiculous amount, but it's harder than it sounds. I have already broken my no spend for this month and broke down and went out to one of the budget sites I've wanted to try and bought some stuff from them. And I bought some more tips that I wanted to try from another place. So, and I'm always looking on Amazon to see if I can find stuff. I found a kit the other day that was less than $4, and it was a cute painting. So I have stuff in my saved for later. See if the prices go down on any of them. That doesn't usually work on diamond paintings kits, but sometimes on tips and things the prices will go up or down. So try to leave some things in there so that I can get them when they're on sale. All right, that's all for that color. Let's see. I actually made a list of things to talk to you guys about today. So Happy Mail, I talked about my no buy, I talked about the YouTube drama. Oh, I know what I wanted to ask you guys. I have an Instagram account, and that's where I spend most of my time. I don't spend a lot of time on social media as a whole. It gets to be just too big of a time suck for me. I do try to get on every day on Instagram and post something. And I do try, sometimes I just have time to post something really quick, and then I will come back later and look at other people's stuff. Sometimes I try to do that all in one go so I don't have to spend a whole lot of time. But I have a Facebook page. I have a group set up too, but I have a Facebook page and a group set up, and I don't really use Facebook, so I hadn't really done a whole lot with it because I don't really use it. And I happened to notice the other day that I have quite a few people who've liked my Facebook page, and so I'm curious whether it would be useful and or more helpful if I kind of kept both of them up. I think there's a way for me to link them together so I can kind of, when I post on one, it will post on the other, which for me would mean pretty much I would be posting on Instagram and it would carry over to Facebook. But, what do people use? I just personally don't like Facebook. I mean, I can see why it's useful, but I just don't like Facebook for a variety of reasons. So I don't really spend much time on it. But I do try to post every day on Instagram, like I said. So, I know not everybody has Instagram. So, let me know in the comments if you spend more time on Facebook or more time on Instagram. I know everybody kind of has their favorites. I prefer Instagram just because for me, diamond painting is a visual art. And so what I want to look at is people's pretty diamond paintings. And I feel like I get too much other crap from Facebook that I don't need. I mean, don't get me wrong, there's junk on Instagram too, but for me, it seems to be easier to ignore than the junk on Facebook. So, for the most part, what I see on Instagram is the people that I've followed. Yeah, there's some ads and things like that, but for the most part, it's the people I followed. That used to irritate the heck out of me on Facebook was, I've signed up to follow all these people, and yet I never see anything that they post because Facebook is constantly trying to shove other junk in my face. So, but if it would be helpful for some people, for me to cross post, then I can probably set it up to do that with minimum impact for me and how I do things. And actually, in some instances, I should look at that. It might make things easier anyway. I use Canva to make up a lot of my posts on Instagram and other places. And so I think if I hook my Facebook and Instagram together, I can use Canva to schedule, but I wouldn't swear to that. That might be a pro feature I would have to sign up for as well. I'll have to look into that. But if it would make things easier, like I said, I know a lot of people are on Facebook, and I know there's a lot of diamond painting stuff on Facebook, but I don't know, sometimes I feel like there's just too much drama. I'd rather just look at pretty pictures on Instagram and call it good, because that's what Instagram is for me. It's pictures. And all these people talking about, well, all these social media companies trying to be everything to everybody. I don't need to be able to post reels, Instagram. That's what YouTube is for, or TikTok. I don't need to be able to, what does Instagram have? Reels, stories. Facebook has stories. Facebook has live to compete with YouTube's live. Like, everybody's competing for a slice of the pie. It's like, I'm pretty sure if the pie ever runs out, which it won't, but if it did, someone would make more. So it's all cool. like they're trying to get us all on one social media platform so they can say, haha, I rule. When in reality, people hate that. That's why people are on different social media platforms, because they like certain things about them and they don't like other things. Like my oldest loves TikTok. That is her sweet spot. That's what she wants to do. My youngest could give a rip about any and all social media. That is not his jam at all, which I'm actually kind of grateful for. My kids have never been interested really in social media, never were interested really in Facebook or Twitter or any of that. So even when they were in high school, I never had any drama with either one of them over things that were getting posted, or they just weren't on social media, so I didn't have to deal with it. And they could have been. I mean, they had phones and they could have been on social media, but they weren't. They aren't for the most part. Like I said, my oldest is on TikTok, but that's really all she does. She doesn't do any of the other ones. No Instagram, no Facebook, no WhatsApp, no Snapchat, no Periscope, no whatever the heck is out there these days. So, and I'm grateful for that. I do think it gets to be such a time suck. I mean, I'm doing it, but, I'm doing it because I have this YouTube channel, and it's a way to connect with other people who are in the diamond painting community. If Facebook had just stayed what it was nice. It's a way to stay in contact with people, but that is not what it has become. And most of the time anymore, social media just makes me tired. I was listening to the news the day before yesterday, and they were saying that some celebrity, was it Lana Del Rey maybe? I can't remember. I think that's who they said, but I could be wrong. Said she was going on a social media cleanse, and they were going to be deactivating all of her social media for a while. So, which I get, more power to her, but I don't get why you have to deactivate it. Why don't you just let it sit for a while? What's the difference? Of course, I'm not a big celebrity, so what do I know? So, anyway, so yeah, Facebook, YouTube, Facebook, Instagram. Like, I'm curious, what do people get out of Facebook? If that's your preferred platform, why? Like, for me, I think there's just too much drama most of the time. That's why I try not to be on it very much. Like, I'm all for looking at, funny videos, funny memes, that kind of stuff. There's a diamond painting person that posts memes all the time. She's freaking hilarious. I almost always get a giggle out of something she's posted, but that's the kind of stuff I want to be on social media for. I don't want all the depressing stuff I could find on the news or what's wrong with the world today. All of that's waiting for me when I walk out the door. I don't need to bring it in my house. So, of course, that's just me. I know some people really want to stay up to date on, want to feel like they got their finger on the pulse of everything that's going on. That's probably just from me being an introvert. There's a lot of stuff that I just don't have the energy to care about. I think everybody has, a limit of things that you want to spend your time worrying about. And drama is not one of mine. I think there are just some people who kind of thrive on drama, Well, I don't think, I know there are because I used to be married to one, but that is not my jam at all. Okay, I'm missing a number 4 right there. How much time have I got left? I've got a little bit of time left. I might move on to the next section. There goes my possessed computer again. Keeps turning off and on while I'm sitting here. I don't know why. I'm not sitting close enough to it for it to be me doing that. It's probably trying to download some updates or something as usual. All right, let me move this over a little bit so I can work on this section so you guys can see what I'm doing. Okay, hopefully I can keep that in the frame while I'm working and talking. So, yeah, spend some time doing this. Then after I film, I've got to edit, and then I need to get it uploaded because I have waited until the last minute to work on this, which is bad. I do things last minute, but not usually this last minute. So I'm kind of stressed right now actually about getting all of this done and getting it uploaded and edited in the time frame that I need to before I need to move on to something else. So luckily it has been kind of hot and dry here this week instead of wet and rainy like it was last week. So I don't need to mow my lawn this week, which I really just did most of the trimming. My youngest helped to actually mow the lawn because of my bum knee, but it's hot, so it's kind of nice that we don't have to get out there and do that right now. So I'm hoping maybe we'll get lucky and it won't need it again until after my husband's back and then he can do it. So, and after I get done here, I need to go make myself a nutritious nutritious lunch, something other than bread and cookies. Even though my cookies were delicious, it's probably not how I should have started my day. But that's what happened. It's okay to indulge sometimes. I mean, chocolate chip cookies for breakfast is probably not the best choice, but it's not going to kill me either, so. And they were good. I enjoyed them. Okay, let's see, number 9. I like this one because it's kind of abstract, so it's not going to look as detailed as the thumbnail, but it will still look good. So I was looking at other diamond paintings to buy. I really like diamond paintings that kind of the artwork looks like stained glass because I think those turn out well in small diamond paintings because that stained glass effect kind of covers up some of the pixelation that would normally look bad. Actually looks okay when it looks like stained glass. So I have found several different paintings that I have got my eye on. Some smaller ones at some of the budget companies and then also some larger ones at some other companies. So we'll see how it goes. I can't believe we're over halfway through September already. In some ways, this year has been so long, and then other ways it feels like it's flying by. Of course, I could say that about probably most of my years. I remember when I was younger, my aunt told me that I should enjoy high school because after you graduated from high school, you blinked and you were 10 years older. And I remember at the time thinking, oh, That's not true. Years already take forever. And I blinked and here I am. So, yeah. So funny how we think we know everything at that age. That's what I always tell my children whenever they, Mom, yeah, you're 18. You think you know everything. You'll discover soon enough that you're wrong. Life will kick you and then kick you again when you're down. And then you'll be like, oh, maybe Mom knew what she was talking about. Hasn't happened yet, but I know that it will, because it did for me. I got in an argument with my grandmother once, and she basically said the same thing, and I was basically like, whatever, I'm a grown-up, I know everything. And then about 15 years later, I was like, guess you were right. So I still have about 10 years for my kids to hit that point, but I'm sure they will. Let's see, did I get all the 4s that time? Because last time I missed one. I think I got them all that time. These drills are actually really nice. I'm happy with these. I wish they could come up with a canvas that didn't feel like kind of burlap. I mean, I get, you know, it's inexpensive and that's why they use it, but anyway. My brain has hit its limit, I think, folks. So I think I'm probably going to call it a day here for this WIP and chat. Thank you so much for following along and listening. If you were working alongside, I hope you got some nice work in on whatever you're working on, whether it was a diamond painting or something else. If you were knitting or crocheting, I hope you made progress. If you were knitting, I'm so jealous because my brain does not understand how to knit. Never has, never will. I try to do a WIP and chat every Sunday, so keep an eye out for those. If you haven't subscribed to the channel, please go ahead and do that. Hit that subscribe button. I am close to another subscriber goal, and I'm going to be doing a giveaway when I hit it. I already know what I'm going to be giving away for people in the US. I wish I could do the same for international people, but again, due to shipping, I just don't think that makes much financial sense. I would literally be spending more on the shipping than I would be spending on the prize, which is insane. So, yeah, if any of you have any comments or ideas or have ever gotten a diamond painting for someone, or not a diamond painting, like a gift card or something for someone in another country and have any insight into how that make that happen, let me know. Everything has to be so difficult. We should just have one currency for everything on the internet. Ooh, there's an idea. We should just have like an internet currency. So no matter what country you live in, you can just go buy like internet currency, and then it's good at every company on the internet, and somehow, you know, whatever country you're in, when you buy it, it automatically switches it up for you without anybody having to do anything. Of course, that would give one person way too much power over the internet, so it will never happen, but it's a nice idea, isn't it? Just one kind of currency, or at least one kind of currency that we could all exchange for. That would be nice. Instead of having to worry about, oh, I've got to get Canadian dollars or US dollars, or I've got to get euros, or I've got to get whatever kind of currency is used in your neck of the woods. In some ways, technology makes our lives easier, and then in some ways, it makes it so much more difficult. So let's see, did I finish up all the C's? Nope, I missed one right there. Is that all the C's now? I think that's all of them. Okay, so that finishes up that color. So I'm going to call it there, guys. Again, thank you so much for watching. I hope you were able to make some progress on your project, whatever that may be. And I hope you were, oh, I hope I didn't move that too far out of screen. If I did, I apologize. Hopefully you were able to see what I was doing. Hopefully. Probably not, but hopefully. As always, guys, before you leave, don't forget to do all the things. If you like this video, don't forget to give it a thumbs up. Hit that subscribe button if you haven't already, and hit that bell notification icon so that you can be informed of future uploads. And as always, thanks for watching.